Let me guess, you signed up for every free lead magnet and binged on every marketing YouTube video and thought, what am I missing? Why isn't my business exploding like that? Well, I can tell you, you're not alone. Whether you're just getting started or have an established business, entrepreneurship can be really lonely. But it doesn't have to be. Overcoming your fear of launching or building your personal brand or figuring out how to scale, it shouldn't be holding you back. It should be empowering you. On this podcast, we're going to deep dive into the mechanics of what it takes to build your brand, make your mark, and stake your claim in the digital marketing space. I'll be chatting with people from all walks of life and stages in their careers. I will be getting inspiration from real experts who will share their actual strategies and techniques to grow loyal and raving followings and sell more stuff. This is entrepreneurship from people who are already there making it happen. My name is Jeff Mendelson. Join me and welcome to the One Big Tip podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Jeff Mendelson, and this is the One Big Tip podcast. And today I'm very pleased to have Naresh Vissa, who is the founder and CEO of Krish Media and Marketing, a full-service e-commerce technology development, online and digital media and marketing agency and solutions provider. He's also the host of the Work From Home show, which you can find on Apple iTunes or on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. So, Naresh, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jeff, it's a pleasure to be on. Really looking forward to the discussion.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming. So you have your hands in a lot of things here. You wrote a book called The 50 Shades of Marketing, How to Whip Your Business into Shape and Dominate Your Competition. You also wrote a book on podcasting, and you have a lot of great marketing experience that you can share with us. Can you please take a few minutes and tell us some of the neat things that you're working on now?
Yeah, well, my company, Krish Media and Marketing, is an online and digital marketing agency. So we kind of do it all. Website is krishmediamarketing.com. That's KRISH mediamarketing.com. You can see all the services that we offer. So it includes affiliate marketing, web design, web development, app development, copywriting, affiliate marketing, search engine optimization, pay-per-click, AdWords, email marketing. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, Jeff. So my experience in marketing really heavily came from my first full-time job out of graduate school. Most of my background was in media, journalism, also in finance, management, public communications, business. I do not have a formal degree or a formal credential in marketing. I learned it all while I worked at the largest financial market, probably the largest financial marketing company in the world. And what I learned was direct response marketing and the convergence of technology and marketing to sell products online. So when you're able to kind of get that experience from a holistic approach of how a business functions and how the different divisions function within marketing, then you kind of understand the entire marketing process. And after getting that invaluable experience, I went out on my own, founded Krish Media and Marketing about 7.5 years ago. So 7.5 years strong, still in business, doing well, in fact, doing better than ever. And that's how I kind of built up the skill set in the different services that we offer. Now, on top of that, I brought up that my background was also in media, journalism, public communications. And so I've always had a passion for teaching, for writing, for speaking. And so I do all of that. I've written, as you mentioned, 50 Shades of Marketing, Whip Your Business into Shape and Dominate Your Competition, a #1 best-selling book that has amazing reviews on Amazon. And I'd like to offer a free copy of the book to your listeners if they reach out to me. Go to my website, krishmediamarketing.com or nareshvissa.com. Just contact me through there and would be glad to send over a free copy. But writing has always been a passion of mine, and teaching. And so I've written now, I think it's 5 books to date, and they all deal with online and digital business.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a hell of a body of work that you've created.
Yeah, thank you. It's, like I said, 7.5 years.
That's amazing. One of the things that really interests me, and this is actually your one big tip, is about creating the most important asset when you are building out your online presence, and that is building the email list and
how to do, like, first of all, why that's so important, and why it's really the only asset that you really own is the list, because all of the numbers that go along with it, those aren't assets. Those are, those are just numbers. And can you please elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, the email list is the most important asset a business person can build, not just a marketer, but any business person. And it's the fastest, easiest, and cheapest way to engage with your audience. The email list, the free newsletter mailing list, that's what it is. So right now, not really right now, really over since the beginning of the internet, I've found that too many website owners, they spend energy on unique visitors, clicks, page views. But as you mentioned, none of those numbers are assets. An asset, you take any financial or accounting class, an asset is something that you own. You can't own unique visitors. You can't own clicks. You can't own those numbers. They can disappear with the strike of a server. But what you do actually own is a list of or a database of contacts. And that's what your email list is. When you build up that email list, you now own their information. And that's why companies like Facebook are so valuable. I mean, Facebook is now one of the top 4 most valuable companies in the world, because Facebook has a database of essentially not an email list, but a list of users. And they have not just their email, but they have their age, their name, their location, their zip code, what they like, what they don't like, who their enemies are, like their pictures. They have an entire database of this information. And so that is what is most important.
What's interesting is that owning the email list, I mean, just to drive this point really home, when you run a Facebook group or you have a Facebook page that has thousands of users or thousands of members, that is also an asset that you do not own, right? Because at any point, Facebook could decide they want to monetize your group. And if you don't pay to use it, that hasn't happened yet, but they could do that. They've already decreased the visibility of Facebook pages, right? And if Facebook decides that you went south with one of their policies, you will be kicked off the platform, either temporarily or permanently. And that happens, like you said, within the strike of a server, within a second. And all of that goodwill evaporates if you do not have the assets to back that up with.
You bring up an excellent point, and that is, if you are just a user of Facebook and you're looking to build your asset base through Facebook, you absolutely are going to run into that issue where you are beholden to Facebook and their rules. Facebook could shut down your page with the strike of a key. And there have been countless people who've had that. I have friends who had Facebook pages with 100,000 plus people, and because Facebook didn't like what that admin was posting, they shut down his page, and boom, all the 100,000 was gone. But if he had a community of 100,000 people on his email list hosted on his website that he owns, then even if the internet went down, well, guess what? He still got that email list. He still got it hooked up to his MailChimp or his ESP or whatever. Every month, just like backing up a computer, he could back up that list and download all that data directly to his personal files or hard drive.
What would you say is the best way to build an email list? So once you have the traffic coming to the website, you have the sign up form. What happens there? Like what should a freelancer or a starting out online business, what should they be offering in exchange for that email? Because no one's just going to give you your email because they like you. It's because you're offering something in trade.
Yeah. And that's an excellent question that my book, 50 Shades of Marketing, is all about. I mean, there are 50 chapters that explain how we can drive traffic to the website and get people to enter their information. But the easiest thing I would say is you want to offer something of value. So just having a free newsletter, that doesn't get me excited. It really, I don't know if it gets you excited, but that's not too exciting to me. But now if you're offering, think about like a free coupon or a discount or a free book. Like I just offered earlier in this episode, I offered a free book to my book, my free book, 50 Shades of Marketing. And the reason why I did that is, look, I obviously want to help people, but I'm looking to collect leads. I'm looking to collect names. So your listeners listening, yeah, you're going to get my free book, 50 Shades of Marketing, #1 bestseller. But at the same time, you have to get in touch with me to get that book. And so I'm collecting names during that process. And to me, giving away the free book is worth it in order to get the name. So giving away something of value is always way more enticing than just saying, subscribe to my newsletter to get the latest news and updates. That's not good enough.
That is amazing advice, Naresh. Thank you so much for that. Why don't you tell people the best way to reach out to you, whether it's on your website or if they should reach out to you on LinkedIn? What's the best way to get in touch with you if they want to learn more?
Yeah, well, I highly recommend people visit my website, nareshvissa.com. That's my first name and last name, nareshvissa.com, and get on my mailing list there, and or reach out to me through the website and say, hey, I heard you on Jeff's show. I want my free copy of 50 Shades of Marketing. You do that, I'll get you your free, it's going to be an audiobook or Kindle version or both if you want both, whatever you decide. I will give you those. And if you want to check out my other books, just go to Amazon, type in my name, Naresh Vissa, and you can see all the other books there. And I'll even throw in, look, if you want more books, check out my books on Amazon. And when you email me, just tell me what other books you want free of charge. I think this is a really, really good time during this shutdown, the lockdown. It's going to go on really until the end of the year. And so it's a really good time for listeners to be improving their crafts and learning new skills.
Naresh, thank you so much for that. That is a really generous offer, and I really appreciate you taking the time and putting all that material out there. I'm sure it took you a lot of time to put all that together. So I really appreciate what you've done there. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I wish you the best of luck as we get through this lockdown.
Thanks a lot, Jeff. It's been a pleasure.